Okay, bad AI. We've got a couple of things in this actually, and let's start first because there was a good comparison by a guy called Rory Flynn, I think, on LinkedIn. He posted some good stuff on AI, particularly around the imagery stuff, comparing DALL-E 3 to Midjourney side by side with a series of prompts, and he compared like short prompts, medium length prompts, more detailed prompts, and looked at the outputs. DALL-E 3's come a long way. It's pretty good. I mean, Midjourney probably still edges it on quite a few of these. We'll probably show some of these on the screen now. And what seemed to be the end result was Midjourney still seemed to be better with people. Seemed to do higher quality people, at least off the back of one prompt. Now, we know we've worked on a few projects here. We've got really good imagery from Midjourney, on brand, highly sort of customized imagery with people, which it really, really excelled at. But DALL-E 3 catching up, and one really interesting thing with it is you can put text in. You can ask it to put text on a sign, and it will do it. And obviously, Midjourney has never been able to do that. It just sort of chucked gobbledygook in, didn't it?
Yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah, it's really been doing quite a lot of playing around with it. And exactly right, that whole text. I think Ideogram is another one we've been using quite recently, which was launched maybe 2 months ago, which is good for signage too. I think ideogram.io, I think. But yeah, Midjourney, DALL-E good for that. Also, interestingly, more accessible as well. So, of course, Midjourney's still sitting on Discord, which will be moved. There's no question at all that for them to scale, they're going to have to take it off Discord and onto open web. So it'll be interesting to see where the stats go, because DALL-E 3 obviously is backed by Microsoft. It's on Bing Chat now. You can use it. So there'll be more people using it over time, I think. The other ones that are interesting in that kind of in that space are obviously Firefly and Adobe. Not probably quite as good, but again, you are indemnified somewhat if you're using enterprise version of Adobe. The same for Getty, who have recently come out. It's interesting. Very recently have just built their own with NVIDIA, built their own image AI. Now, if you remember correctly, Getty back in January of this year, this is how fast it's moving, said absolutely not. No AI, no movement. This is all about quality and our stock and so on. They've changed their tune pretty quickly, but that's how fast things are moving, right? Exponential tech. Yeah. So that's very unusual for a technology to go from a massive business going from we're not using it, how dare you, to we've built our own with one of the main players. That's how fast it's moving.
That is quick, isn't it? Yeah. And do you know what I use? I use Shutterstock AI at the weekend, and it's not very good in comparison. Like again, off the bat with fairly simple prompts, it's not quite there. But it will need to be for those guys to keep competing, right? In the sort of stock photography space, it will need to get there. So really interesting to see where Getty, Shutterstock, and the others end up getting to. And like you say, fast U-turns, fast progress. Yeah. Let's see where they are in 6 months' time.
Yeah. Well, again, the final point on that, I think, is because they're playing the enterprise game. So the outputs may not be as in-depth, perhaps, for Fireflies and Gettys and stocks and so on, but they're trained on commercially their own library. So you're not going to get the problems that potentially you have with Midjourney and maybe even Stability and some of the other ones. So interesting to see where that goes from here.